Hey houseplant friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to give you a big ol' houseplant collection tour. The time of filming right now is September 22nd, 2021 as of my time of filming, and we move in 8 days, which is so freaking exciting. We're actually gonna start packing here in a few days. Figured I'd give you one last collection tour in this house, and then when we're in the next house, I'll give you a new house tour with my plants and stuff. So before we get into today's tour, please make sure you hit like and subscribe. Maybe you've been binge watching my videos and you just forgot to hit that subscribe button. Welcome to the community. I also have YouTube memberships, which you can check out at the link in the description. Another thing you can check out in the link in the description is the link to these Aphrodite Zimph glasses. Make sure to use code Ashley at checkout. Thank you, Zimph. We're gonna go ahead and start with my plants that are not in the greenhouse, and then we'll work our way to the greenhouse. I feel like you guys do see those the most, so I figure we'll start with everything that's not there. So this is actually where I film. I also won't be surprised if I accidentally underestimated the amount of plants I have. I actually haven't counted since the first week that I moved in here, like a real count. So if I had more than I thought I did, I wouldn't be surprised. This is my Spathiphyllum domino hybridized with Picasso peace lily. He is super cute. Also, we're just gonna go ahead and fly through these because there are a lot of plants still. I've had this plant for about a year and 3/4. This is my newest Epipremnum pinnatum Cebu Blue. It is in me and Christopher's wedding ceremony pot that we got from Succulent Day, the Brookseedle pot. It is really nice. I got this plant maybe a week and a half ago. This is my Hoya pubicalis Pink Splash. As you can see, she is rather pink, and she's also very wavy. She's got a long arm here. One of my subscribers and members, Ashley, sent this to me because she knew that I really wanted a pink pubicalis splash, and I could not find one here. And it is like literally one of my favorite plants. These are two new Bantel Sensations. I actually bought them earlier this week. I have never ever seen these offered for sale ever in my life. The only one that I do have, I've had for almost 3 years now. I think actually 3 years almost exactly. It was given to me as a gift from the greenhouse I used to volunteer at my university, and I've had that plant for a really long time. It's probably actually one of my oldest plants I still have. But these I got at Coffee Plant Repeat in Boise, literally just this week, and I just couldn't say no. This is one of my favorite common house plants. But I would say that they're uncommon because they're just kind of hard to find in stores, at least around me. I can't wait to pot these up and put them by like my front door or something at the new place. And then last but not least, we have Gloria. This is my fiddly fig I got probably back in February or maybe even January when my friend Tori moved away and she wanted someone to be able to take care of Gloria. And I've gotten it to put out, I think, at least 6 or 7 leaves now. It's actually got one brand new leaf right here. But now that brings us to the second area of the room, my big south-facing window. All right, let me show you all the plants I keep over here. I got rid of about 20 plants that I was previously keeping right here. So right away, we have this cactus that I just got at a Succulent Day the other day. Honestly, this plant was well worth it. I love cacti. I would have a lot more cacti if we lived in a warmer area like a desert. Next, I have this Kalemkoe Calico Hearts. This is a really cute succulent I got from Magic Valley Gardens. Next, I have this really pretty Rex Begonia. It's either the tiger or the Kit Kat or something along those lines. I have this really pretty string of dimes or silver dollars or string of nickels, whatever you want to call it. And I can't remember, I think I got this in Salt Lake City, I think at J&J Greenhouse. We have my first Hoya carnosa compacta variegata. You are going to notice a lot of my plants are really thirsty, and that's because I've been trying to let them go a little bit in between waterings so that I only have to water once more before we move, because I don't want to stress them out too much by overwatering and then moving them and stuff. So I've just kind of been like letting them go, but they are going to be watered today. This is my Hoya carnosa compacta, once again in a beautiful Brookseedle rainbow pot. This is one I've had for quite a few months now, not quite a year, but this is what one of 3 of these that I have. I did have a 4th one, but I sold it to pay for the move. This is a String of Hearts Silver Glory. He's quite small right now and also thirsty, like I said. This is actually my newest String of Hearts or String of type that I own. Growing a lot slower than I'm used to these plants growing, but I think once I give him a hanging pot and put him in the window, he'll do a lot better. Next, we have 2 Myrtillo cactus. No, that's wrong. I think the common name for this plant is a bishop's cap. Capricorns. Myriostigma capricorn, I think. Here's this one. This one actually was gifted to me by a newer friend I made in the community, Rhiannon, and they picked this up for me, and it was actually grafted on top of like a dragon fruit. Raven knocked it over and it fell off, so I was like, hey, cactus update, Alex, what do I do with this now? He's like, well, just let it kind of dry out for a bit and then pot it up in soil. So that's where we're at. It's kind of just getting dried off, but I do have a smaller one right here, which I got for $2 at J&J Greenhouse in Salt Lake City. But I think you guys call them bishop's caps. I think that's like the common name for them. So next, also in Salt Lake, I got this awesome cactus. I do not know its name, but it is so cool. A cactus I'm not allowed to say the name of, so you'll see it on the screen. And he's doing good. He just put out a second phalange. So next I have a Tephrocarpus paper spine. I got this from Arium Botanicals in Portland, I believe. Next, I actually have my Begonia Darth Vadariana. I have killed so many of these, and I think the last time you guys saw this plant was when I showed you the current plants that I'm killing. But actually, since that video, he's put out 2 new leaves. Come on, buddy. I don't know if you can see the third. Yeah, there's the, oh my gosh, it's too small. Here's the 3rd leaf right there, and then the 1st and the 2nd. But he's actually doing really good in this cloche in the window. He kind of just needs like his own special treatment. I have done so good at even like bringing back other begonias that I've had, but for some reason, like this is just the hardest begonia. Then right here, we have a very thirsty Rhipsalis that I need to water. This is my internally variegated Hoya kentiana. I did have a second one of these, again in a Brooksseedle pot, but I actually sold it to help pay for the move. I got this at Edwards, I think a 1.5 years or almost 2 years ago. I've had this plant for a long time. It is one of my slowest growing plants, but I think I'm going to move it into my greenhouse once we're in the new house and see if it does any better. But it is very pink and beautiful. Then we have my very thirsty Hoya lacunosa Langkawi Island in a Clay by Shay pot. I absolutely adore this pot. She's a local Boise ceramicist. This guy has 3 peduncles and flowers for me like all the time. I actually think I got this in Salt Lake City last summer. Then right here, which he's normally in the greenhouse, but I took some photos because it's hilarious. This is one of my domesticum variegatas, which I don't think is any longer variegated because we got a green leaf and then a really pretty leaf, but we've had 2 green leaves in a row. I got played, but it's okay. I have another one of these, and if he just continues to be green, I will probably sell this guy. So then we have a Paphiopedium Mystically Contrasting. I'm actually so excited I get to show you this orchid because it is so phenomenal. And the spine for it actually broke, which was tragic because this is one of the only orchids I've ever purchased for the flower specifically. It literally flowered and then broke, and it's already starting to kind of wilt. But I'm glad I got to catch it on camera for you. It's so beautiful. And I actually bought this from Path Paradise, which I think it was only $24. Here's the foliage. I don't love it. It was really all for the flower, but how sad. How awesome. It literally is so beautiful. Okay, next plant. So next we have this absolutely massive Hoya Carnosa compacta. I got this from Magic Valley Gardens, which is also known as the Idaho Landscape and Design something. They're located in Twin Falls. My friend Alicia went and picked up this plant for me and I think a couple other people, and then I traded her some of my plants for it. Raven is very sad, laying on the floor, wishing I would play with her. She's so cute. But anyways, this guy is absolutely huge. This is my newest Hoya carnosa compacta, but it is also my longest. I think I'm gonna actually take this time to remove my plants from the curtain rod. This is my string of pearls. The sun is like moving as we're filming. This is my string of pearls. I have had this plant for quite a while, but it hasn't grown that fast. And that's because it tries to flower on me all of the time. And when your plants are flowering, they are not growing. Recently, I have been removing the flowers as soon as I see them pop up. This is the case for all of like my string of hearts and my string of turtles, and then as soon as I started removing the flowers, they started growing like instantly. I absolutely love it. It's in a clay ceramics pot. I don't know, it's really cute. I've had it for a few months now, probably 5 or 6 months, the longest I've ever been able to keep a string of pearls alive. How cute! It just looks like a little witch's brew pot. I love it. Next, I have this really pretty orchid hanging in my window. I love it so much. This is the Grossordia mucosa and mucosa, which means it's hybridized with itself. Cute little Spanish moss hanging down. One of my recent purchases from Orchid Dynasty. Next right here, I actually have my string of spades. It is very long. I bought it long, but it has been growing a lot more. It actually threw out these brand new arms very recently. And down here, it's been putting out extra arms as well. So, and it's also in a clay pot, clay ceramics green pot. I thought that I was gonna have to like cut and then propagate and then like replant. But this plant is like throwing out new shoots from the same stem, which is not something I feel like I've really seen with my variegated string of hearts. So how cool. Give me a second because now I have to take the plants off my curtain rod. All right, so my next plant is gonna be my variegated string of hearts. She is so pretty and long. I have actually had kind of a hard time managing this plant. It just grows so fast. It didn't used to, but then once I started like taking these flowers off, it's harder with this one because like I said, like it just grows so fast. But the little hearts are so cute. This started as one small 4-inch plant, and over the last like year and a half, I've just gotten it to get so big. It does, like I said, almost everything here is pretty thirsty right now. And what I do is I literally just like take the long vines, and as soon as they get too long, I wrap them up and then let them hang back down. They grow long again, and then I wrap them up and they hang back down, and it's just this endless cycle. They're actually pretty darn long right now, but I just pretend that they aren't, and I just pop them up like that, and that's it. She's so cute though. This is one of the plants I'm most proud of, but you can definitely tell which side is not facing the window. Next, I have this awesome, before you ask me, I got this pot from Lowe's. You guys have been asking me for a long time, but this is one of my Hoya carnosa compacta variegatas plant I've had for a long time. I did grow this out myself. This plant started out as, I think, one 4-inch small pot that hardly had like any growth at all. And it's actually put out like entirely new stems. Like these two right here are brand new. It was literally just this one, and then a stem that died in here, and then this one. And I don't know why this one is growing so much faster. This one, ooh, that's pretty. Definitely like growing slow because it's pretty much completely white, but I don't know why this one is growing so much slower. So nice. Then the other thing you guys are always seeing hanging in my window is this awesome Monstera glass art from Colorado Glassworks. My mom got this for me for hitting 20K. So pretty. Then we have my string of turtles, and this plant has been honestly an enigma for me. This is the one I bought in that Lowe's video. So I've had it for like over a year and a half, 2 years-ish now, and it wouldn't grow for me. And I was like, what the heck? Like, why is it not getting any longer? Well, it's because it's always flowering. And so since cutting off the flowers, I've gotten all of that new growth. All these teeny little growth points, like all these tiny little ones, are all brand new, and it's all up in the top. that whole strand right there on my arm is brand new. You just have to make sure that you're taking the freaking flowers off if you want your plants to keep growing, because I've had this plant for forever and he should be way longer than he is, but I wasn't monitoring the flower. And then here's the dark. Okay, all it is new growth that's sun stressed. If someone's trying to sell you dark form for way more money, it's not freaking real, just so you know. Pretty. Okay, so that's actually all the plants right here. But then I do have this absolutely massive Monstera. This plant I got quite a while ago, last summer actually. I've had it for just over a year now. It is so pretty. It's actually giving me a new sport variegated leaf this moment. It gave me a half moon, which is kind of fun. It definitely needs some help. It's kind of getting a little messy. So I'm actually air layering it right now, the sport part, so that it'll grow in. I can remove it from the major part of the plant. And then I'll be growing the sport part of the plant in my greenhouse from now on. My plant is just getting really small and it just doesn't like look very pretty. Then right here, I have some plants I've been quarantining, so they need to be watered because they were just in moss and they're kind of sad. But these are all the plants from that unboxing I just did. So we have Monstera variety Leonata, Philodendron red emerald, Pinniphora decursiva. We have this Bipennifolium aurea, I think tissue culture. This supposed obliqua tissue culture, but I really don't know. It just looks like Adansonii. Okay, now we're gonna get into my orchid cabinet. So I gotta push this Monstera back. I'm gonna break all the leaves. This is my orchid cabinet. It is a pretty large paludarium. And for the most part, there are only orchids in here. However, there are some Scindapsus and begonias that require a little bit higher humidity. So let's get into it. Here we have this awesome peperomia. Do not know what species it is, but it is a terrarium variety of peperomia. Then right here we have my recovering begonia Dodsonii. This begonia is amazing and it is one of my favorites, but I did almost kill it in my greenhouse. There just wasn't enough humidity in my greenhouse, to be honest. Putting it in my paludarium where it is much more moist, it has been doing amazing and growing new branches, and I'm just so proud of it. So yeah, my little Dodsonii that I almost killed but then didn't. So then right here I have this little prop box that, again, one of my other members sent me. And it has this little Markgravia species in it. This Dischidia million hearts that is really rooted in there right there. I do need to transfer them. There's also a Begonia bergamiosa in there, but it didn't make it. Then we have this super cool orchid. It is fuzzy and it hangs like a Pleurothallis. And this is Dresslerella casseriata. And he is so cool. Again, one of my more recent purchases from Orchid Dynasty. Here we have Pleurothallis allenii, which is in bloom right now. Wow. I love all the little flowers, dude, and I love those leaves. I would definitely love to mount it so it'll grow like that next time, but those flowers are just adorable. Next, we have Bulbophyllum podii hybridized with virescens, and it's actually growing right here, this little dude. Then we have Bulbophyllum longissimum. This is a much larger variety of Bulbophyllum, but right now it's teeny. Then we have Oncidium everglades elegans, Nancy Lee, and that is this guy, and then he's making a little baby down here. Little guy. Now this is a super cool Bulbophyllum. I've actually gotten to bloom for me quite a bit. I don't have the tag. Some of these when I bought them, they came without a tag, but this one is really cool, and I'll put a flower on the screen because I actually have a photo of it. Oh, it's actually putting out a flower spike right now. See, look, that's gonna be a flower. How fun. This guy just like really loves to bloom. Then I have this little Paphiapetalum. I also got this one from Path Paradise, and this is Paphiapetalum Petite Paradise. Check out those fuzzy roots. Big fuzzy roots. This is Paphiapetalum Ho Chi Minh. This is one of my favorite Paphiapetalums that literally exists ever. Oh, it looks so good. Wow. Then we have Paphiapetalum Mabel. Another one of my favorites. I like this one a lot for its flower too. Then we have Psychopsis Mendenhall. the Hildos. This did used to be classified as Oncidium, but it is no longer an Oncidium. Then I have one of the only plants Max has ever given me that I've been able to keep alive and grow. You can actually see that there are some roots hanging out there and brand new growth. Thanks, Max. Then we have Anadendrum affine, which is what was misclassified as Scindapsus lucens. Give you more light to see how pretty this one is. I actually had this one growing a lot. He was a lot bigger, but I cut him up to sell. And then we got this brand new leaf, which is so pretty. He had 2 growth points, which was actually so cool. Wow, I love it. Another super pretty plant that Max got me that I have been able to keep alive as well. It's actually one I wanted for a long time. Then we have another Paphiapetalum. This is gonna be our Paphiapetalum malipoense. Another one of my favorite orchids. Here we have a tinier orchid. This is Epidendrum fulcatum. He's pretty happy, he's growing, but he's very small. This is my Alocasia silver dragon. I've been growing in for almost 2 years now. Bulb was gifted to me by Ill Exotics, which you might be hearing from them more on my channel soon, which is very exciting. Growing this in this teeny pot forever, you can tell how much it's begging to be repotted, but all these tiny plants came from one bulb, and I cannot wait to see it get older. It's so pretty. Then we have my Scindapsus silver hero. This is a plant I got in an import, and I love it so much. It was bigger, but I cut it for propagating to sell to help us move. We have Paphiapetalum venustum pipum Lineley. He's kind of cute, looks like a snake. Then we have one of my very atoliated friends, Paphiapetalum Norito Hasegawa. This is one that I really wanted because of the flower. It has, I think, a really pretty yellow flower. Then I have this really pretty vanilla planifolia orchid. I also cut this one to sell for cuttings. Then right here we have my newest staghorn fern. He's actually grown in a lot since I got him at Orchid Dynasty. He's been loving the paludarium. You can actually see where it was trying to grow into one of the little rods, so it just grew around it. And we have a second paddle that just started growing in right here. I just love staghorn ferns. I can never get enough of them, to be honest. They're so pretty. Here we have one of my orchids that actually just finished blooming. You can see the bloom is actually still in the pot from where it fell, and this was its stem. This is one I think I pretty much just bought from Northland Organic Nursery. It's kind of our local orchid place. It has really pretty color on the leaves. The flower was also really nice too. Then we have this beautiful Paphiapetalum Charlesworthii Bordeaux. I believe I also got this one from Path Paradise, but he is very atoliated, so I might try to rehome this guy, but I do love the red veins down the middle of the leaves. I think they look really good. Then we have one of my other ones, one of my other favorites, Paphiapetalum Linley Kubowitz. This is one of the darker ones that I have all around. It has this really pretty organza kind of texture on it. It hasn't done a lot since I got it actually, except for put out a couple pups, but I still love it. It's kind of atoliated as well. I definitely need to be giving these guys more light. Then I have one of my favorite orchids. This is Cattleya Yellow Bird, and it's just really pretty. Has a ton of baby growth happening, which means it's pretty happy. Second to last orchid is going to be my orchid Mari Loves Taka. This is a Cattleya. Final orchid I'm showing you is my Hyacinthe Starlight Pink Lady. Very big. Love it. I actually almost forgot one of my favorite new orchids. This is my Lepanthes Gargoyle. I love this one for the name, and also when it gets really sun stressed, it gets an incredible purple hue, which might be kind of hard to see right now because he's not very sun stressed, but he is so cool. And I got such a mature plant from Orchid Dynasty. This is what you call a keiki right here. So like you could literally cut the plant right here and take this and mount it up on its own somewhere. And then there's a nest of keikis right here. So very mature plant. I absolutely love having it. All right, we are making some good progress. Now all we have left is the entire greenhouse and my plants downstairs. Less luxurious background right here, but let's go ahead and get into it. Let me show you the damage we've done to the rest of the room. So we got all these plants on the floor and everything's been taken off the curtain rod, which is big sad, but yeah, I mean, it looks so lush, huh? I honestly love it. Max is texting me while I'm filming. Love you, Max, for always being a part of my little community and my little life. Ooh. Okay, let's do it. I literally went to go pick up my phone and then I completely forgot that I was making a video. Ooh. My camera's like low-key overheating, so. Okay, let's continue. Okay, these are more of my bougie plants. It's a good Instagram handle. If you don't have a plain Instagram yet, I would probably make one under that name. This is my variegated Biliaceae. I love saying it like that. Back in my day, it was Billy Tie. So now that we're all saying Biliaceae, I just feel so fancy. But yeah, this is my variegated Biliaceae and she is so pretty. I actually might have a second one of these in the freaking works. So I don't know, I just love it. I've noticed that my favorite plants lately are all variegated, and I don't know if it's just because pretty colors make brain go burr, or if it's because I subconsciously think that they're just cooler, but I don't know. But it is so pretty. And here's the first two leaves, and then bam, and then bam. And this one I think is gonna be so pretty. I cannot wait to see it harden off. Then we have my strawberry shake, well, one of them, who is currently giving birth. Look at it. Here is my Anthurium Berries Blue. It's actually Perego. See that? Wow. I got this from a collector down in Tucson, Arizona. Come a long way with me and I cannot wait to see it. Oh my gosh. Then we have Ilsamanii #1. This is a prop. I do not know why those lines are happening. If anyone can tell me, it's only ever happened in my Ilsamanii and it's not sick with anything. It's just like making weird lines. Also, we're seeing tons of root growth happening. Amazing. He's just doing good, man. What a guy. What a lad. What a lady. What a human. Amazing. That leaf, amazing. It's so hard to like get in here and get into all these plants. I need to get a new mister because this one started to work more like a direct squirt bottle, which I don't like. I have, by the way, noticed that when I am moistening my plants with a mister, they do grow faster. I don't know what it is, but just like keeping them lubricated really encourages the new growth. So more than a humidifier does, honestly, in my experience. So I literally just caught this. I tripped. I literally knocked begonias off the table. This is freaking sad, dude. What the heck? I literally tripped on this cord and just barely caught this as it was about to go down and literally ruin my entire day. Literally just out here trying to change my memory card. I almost just like sabotaged myself so hard. All right, here's our carnage. Oh my gosh, that sucks so bad. I cannot believe I actually did that. Ugh, that sucks. And then this guy, which is not too bad, okay. Everyone else was fine. That could have been so bad. Oh my gosh. New guy is fine too. Jeez, we did bend this leaf though. Oh my gosh, what the frick, dude? So this is one of my orchids. This is my Phalaenopsis schilleriana. We actually got a new leaf pretty recently. Then we have my new variegated Hederaceum. I am going to be potting this up with my other one once I move into my new house and do a repot with me. Here is my older variegated Hederaceum. It is much smaller as I did just cut it to sell a bunch of cuttings to help us afford the move. Then I got this Anthurium Dark Cherry seedling, which is so cute. He recently gave me a second guy. Here we have my Anthurium Magnificum Papillilaminum. Got a new leaf coming in. Key to this guy is literally just keeping him constantly moist. He isn't pon. I do not know if I'm doing the pon correctly. There is a lot of gross stuff down there. Probably need to boil it, I don't know. I literally just always keep it wet and I'm constantly misting it. Here was the oldest leaf, or the newer old leaf, and then new guy. Then we have my Philodendron Majesty? Is that what it is? Oh, it's Majestic. Philodendron Majestic. I bought this as a rehab from Botanicas. It gave me this like weird tiny leaf. But this new leaf looks so good. This is one of like the softest velvet plants I've also ever like touched. So it's really exciting. Then we have one of my 2 pink princesses grown completely in moss. This is my Burle Marx Variegata that I keep in a little moon pot. So adorable. This is one of my favorite Burle Marx Variegatas I've actually ever seen. From just the color of everything looks so good. I love the yellow. Then we have this Philodendron Biliaceae, but I think it's dying. This is getting all pruned and the new growth point died, and to be honest, I think it is dying. Which is super duper big sad, but you know, I can get another one eventually. Or maybe my variegated one will revert and then I'll have another normal Biliaceae. This is my newly revamped Strawberry Shake. I did separate one of the children from here because, again, moving costs. But I think she looks really pretty and she's been revamped with new moss and new soil. So big excited, honestly. I love plants, what the heck, they're so cool. They make me so happy. Then we have my Anthurium Papillilaminum. I would say I think this leaf is starting to harden off. It's definitely less red than it was and it looks so good. It's honestly hard for you guys to even like see. I'm trying to get the brightness to pick up, but it's a very dark plant, very pillowy. Here's the more juvenile leaves. They're more green for sure, but this guy is dark. It's like messing up all of my settings. It's so dark. Then we have my freaking dude just doing the most out here. This is my Florida Beauty, who is already pushing out new growth again. Even though this is not anywhere near close to being hardened, this is what it will look like when it's hardened. And I love that we got mirrored half moon leaves. Those are so beautiful. Oh my God, I love plants. You ever just get those like ADHD bursts or like neurodivergent bursts of happiness in your brain and you're just like, you know what I mean? How is he doing so good? Look at that freaking petiole right here. You see that divide? That's so beautiful. Honestly, I'm tempted to prop and have a second one, but I've heard some kind of scary things about when you prop these, they like just fully revert or don't keep growing in. So I think I'll wait. It's probably just rumors, but oh, he's so cute. I love Florida Beauty. You can definitely tell which plants are like my favorite based on how much time I take showcasing them, I think. Here is my White Knight. Yeah, I get them confused still, but this is a knight. Then I think this is a variegated Hederaceum. It could be a tiny Ilsamanii node. I'm really not sure, but it's so pretty. I was gonna sell it, but I can't tell what it is. I just literally found this growing in one of my prop boxes and I thought it was Hederaceum, but the texture of it just looks a little different. So I'm not sure. It's most likely a variegated Hederaceum because the node for it was so small. I just have a hard time believing it would be Ilsamanii, but the variegation on it is very similar, so I'm not sure. Sometimes I do just take nodes and throw them in boxes, so I wouldn't be surprised if I had done that. Then we have my variegated Homolomina rubescens. This is our newest leaf. It's actually more variegated underneath. It's really pretty. See other leaves. Love this. Why is it so dark all of a sudden? What the heck, dude? Okay, I brought my light out. You're gonna see those rings, which I know are so annoying, but you will see the plant so much better. So here we have my variegated Spa Peru. This new leaf is coming in. You can actually already see some of the variegation. Don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but you can definitely see some of it. Then we have my other pink princess, who looks so good. I need a diffuser for this. It's too shiny. I think I'll order one. Then we have one of my variegated Hederaceum cuttings. Actually has pink on it a little bit, and it's so pretty. Like the stem too is crazy town. So here is my silver sword philodendron. He's actually Perego right there. Then we have my current baby. This is my Ilsamanii, my second one. And it's looking like we're gonna get a pretty high variegation leaf right here based on how pink and white it is. So big excitement there. But yeah, I'm hoping to grow this into a third mother plant, and then I'll have 3 moms to take props from for trades and stuff, because wouldn't you know it, they're in kind of high demand. So yeah, and I'd rather trade than sell, because honestly, I like plants more than I like money. So this is the original leaf. It does look like it's kind of starting to just yellow more and more. I wouldn't be surprised that within the next year we probably lose this guy. Then we have my husband's favorite plant, the lightning jewel orchid. This is also known as the Macetes petola. That is its botanical name, and I love it so much. Then we have my Standleyana albo. This guy had a lot more albo going on, but I did take a lot of cuttings for the move. We also have some browning. But every time I cut this guy, he comes back even stronger. So you can actually kind of already see how white this new leaf is gonna be. Pretty exciting. I love the underleaf variegation too, like wow. This is my Wilbur Graves. I did prop this guy to sell. It was the hardest one to sell out of everything, which is surprising because I thought this plant was in really high demand, but I guess it just shows you what I know. But yeah, Wilbur Graves, I got this from Olivia Orellana at Olivia's Greenhouse on Instagram. They do sell some Hoyas occasionally, but this is the Wilbur Graves I got from them. They just sent it to me, I think, as a gift. I don't even think it was a trade. I think it was like an extra. The Hoya Clemensorium, which I cannot believe that I own, which was sent to me by Ella as part of our Ilsamanii trade. Literally so beautiful. And I just keep misting this thing every day, and it grows longer all the time. I actually just added some more moss into there because it was looking like it was needing some more. Then we have my Philodendron Ecuador glossus, or the Philodendron small silver. This guy has quite a few names right now. It's kind of confusing, but he is killing it in this perlite semi-hydro I have going on. Then we have my Anthurium cuticuense, which honestly, I think I am going to cut pretty far back because this just looks so ugly and he's not doing the best. So I don't know, if you are kind of wanting to do a serious trade, like an actual serious trade, and you are wanting cuticuense, let me know because I'm kind of falling out of love with it and I have a couple in this pot. Seriously, don't just message me if you're not serious about a trade, but if you're wanting a cuticuense and you have something you think you could send me instead, let me know. Okay, this I think is my Philodendron Sharonii or Patricia, I'm not sure. It's just kind of annoyed. It was sold to me as annoyed, that was sold to them as I think a Patricia, or Patricia, or however you say it. But yeah, it actually just switched to cataphyll growth, which is so cool. Then I have my Philodendron Jerry Horn, which I cut back. This guy definitely is going to need something to grow up, or for me to like aerial root it, because it just kind of like turned into these straight leaves and I want this. So he definitely doesn't keep the leaf shape. It's definitely a mature leaf shape. So looks kind of like a UPI, but it's not. I think that I might have had a successful hybrid. This is my begonia species Sarawak. Yes, those colors are real. I am not putting them in this video. That is just completely real color. This is very iridescent blue and purple and pink begonia, but I hybridized it with my Temuyuk, and I was told that when it dries out, it means it's ready. So we might have had a successful begonia hybridization. There's also Begonia lecionora, which is similar to this plant, but it is not the same. Then we have my Anthurium Ace of Spades, which is so big. This is the newest leaf, which is still not done hardening, which is kind of fun. Here's the second oldest leaf. But look at that. Wow, I haven't even looked at this yet. It was like facing the greenhouse wall. So I actually haven't seen this leaf yet. Here's my head. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. It's velvet. Look at how velvet. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. I know I'm looking in the little window, but I have to because that is like, oh my gosh. Look at that. Wow. Then I have the only import that I kept from that import order, which is the Magnificum Verde Anthurium. I think it's beautiful. This leaf is not really making it, but he is pregnant, so that's fun. All right, we've completed the top row of the greenhouse. Let me do the orchids. So we have our Sophrontis, Cernua, and Sib, which Brooklyn bought for me at Orchid Dynasty as our friendship orchid. Then we have our Bulbophyllum Fascinator Semi-Alba. This is the one you guys were asking about that opens and closes. It actually has a movable piece in it, and I'll insert a video and a photo so you guys can see. Then I have my Bulbophyllum Purpurescens Peninsula, which is thirsty. I need to water it, but very pretty. Then I have my Peperomia Serpens. I love it. All right, we're moving on, lower down. Oh my gosh, I have so many plants. So here we have my Begonia species Temuyuk, which took a brief pitfall when, not like a fall, but like it was working on itself to make a hybrid, but then it didn't really make it. So this is my Begonia species Temuyuk. Very beautiful plant. It's actually growing into new growth points from there. And yes, those are the real colors of this begonia. This is the one that I hybridized with my species Sarawak. So hopefully it took, because that would be so pretty. This is my Begonia Ignita. This is one of my Begonia Jalaus. The little guy right there is growing back in. This is my Begonia species Nahingensis. He's doing some stuff. One of my favorite begonias that I have. This is my Peperomia tuberensis. This is my Begonia Dark Leo. This plant started out so small and has gotten so big. Of course, provided he is still small, like tiny, but he's gotten much bigger since the time that I got him, and he's so cute. This is my Philodendron White Princess. Here is hoping that this new leaf isn't super duper burnt like these other ones are, but I love this plant. Here is my Begonia species Northo Baramensis. In case any of these plants are looking a bit smaller for you, it is because I had a really cool begonia friend come over and I sold them a bunch of cuttings from my collection, and they got to hand pick out like what they wanted and stuff. And this is one of the ones I did cut. But he has so many baby plants, like I can't handle it. Again, I can't remember the name of this begonia. I know I just looked it up for you guys the other day, but this guy is like my oldest begonia that I still have next to my Jehoii. And so beautiful, literally so pretty. This is one of my newer begonias. This is Begonia Arontiflora, and it was, I purchased it from Botanicas during that massive long live stream I did where I went and bought plants online. It's actually growing really fast for me and I love it. So here's my Begonia Malachisticta. I do not know what's happening to it. It looks like it might be trying to put out a new leaf, but it lost 2 whole leaves on me, so I don't know, I'm just not sure right now what it's doing, but it is super pretty. Okay, it's this one. I do not know what it's called, but I own it, and it is cute. Then we have my Begonia Jalau, one of my other ones. I think I also have a third one of these too. These are my Begonia Jehoii. This is the top cutting from this teeny plant. And as you can see, he's very tall and mature compared to the smaller guy. Here is my Begonia Amphioxus, which actually just got a top cut. So he's like one leaf right now. This is my Begonia Milano Ballata. Very pretty, huh? I love this plant. Then we have my Philodendron White Wizard. I have made a video on how to tell the difference between a wizard, a knight, and a princess, if you're curious. This is my Begonia Green Chloristicta. We are getting a new leaf from 2 different places, which is super fun. Then we have a small Begonia Erectocarpa. This is one of my favorite begonias to me. It literally looks like a big dragon scale. And Begonia Haloceracea. Then we have Begonia Van Kerkhovanii. Van Kerkhovanii is what it is. It's got these cute little yellow flowers, which I love. Begonia Cleopatra, which is one of my favorite Rex begonias. Then we have Begonia nigritarum. This Piper, which I am quite literally murdering, so I think I'm gonna actually move it to my paludarium. And a teeny little Begonia Blancii. Then I have Labesia species Riau. This is a gift to me by Botanicas and definitely needs a repot. And my Monstera obliqua, who is big and pregnant. Then we have my Begonia species Raja. He is getting absolutely massive. This was sent to me as a cutting. It was a teeny little cutting when I got it in this box, and it is massive now. It looks like it was taken on October 6, 2020, and it's massive now. And then I have a variegated watermelon peperomia. I literally love anything variegated. This is my Begonia Feryx. I cut off the really pretty leaf to let another girl prop it so she could have her own. This is my slowest growing begonia by far. This is my second Philodendron domesticum variegata, who is also with child. We are very excited for that. This is my Hoya acuta. We are finally seeing some new like leaf growth happening here, and it is so beautiful. It certainly is not disappointing. One of my favorite Hoyas that I have. This is my very successful Begonia B. pinnatifida. This guy literally grew in from a rehab that I had gotten from Maggie at Botanicas, and it literally grows like a feather, and I love it. It is like, I don't think I can honestly convey the beauty of it over camera, because I don't know, it really is something you have to see in person. This is my Begonia species Promethea. It is my newest begonia to my collection. This is the newest leaf, and it is so pretty. I think it also is known as Begonia Beccarii. It just looks so like alien. How is that real? Like, how am I looking at something that is real right now? I mean, look at that. Okay, so I have a name for this plant. It is Begonia Fedor. Again, one of my favorite Rex begonias, like all of them. Then we have my Begonia Burkillii, which I am constantly struggling with, but we got it to flower. So that's pretty cool. All right, we have a couple orchids, and then we're gonna move on to the bottom row. We have this one. I do not know what it is, but I have it. This is my Arangus punctata. It is one of my favorite mounted orchids. This is a Psychopsis lamingii. I love it. It is like a shingling orchid. This is Bulbophyllum moniliforme, another shingling cute guy. This is so cool. So this is Microgramma squamulosa, and it is a fern. Then I have this Cattleya scarlet imp, Arangus Luteo alba vera rhodiostickta. This one puts out really pretty flowers. This is a Chilocysta, which has mealybugs, which is gross. I've been finding a couple plants with mealybugs for the last few days. I don't know where they originated from, because I haven't really bought anything. My other Chilocysta also has some mealybugs on it. What the heck? Then we have my Lepanthopsis astrophora, which is that guy. He's so cool. Arangus mysticeti. This guy. You honestly can't even see how cool he is, but he is so cool. He has like crazy veins. All right, my second to last orchid in here is my Pyrosa piloceloides, who really needs water, but looks so cool. I actually thought this was a fern. I mean a Hoya. This is a fern. Can you believe this is a fern? We're looking at a fern right here, but it looks like a Hoya, and I think that's so cool. And this is the last one. I also do not know what it is, but it's here and it needs to be watered. All right, we are almost done. Also, I think I had way more plants than I thought that I did. And I think I sold way more plants than I thought that I did as well. Because we've definitely surpassed 70 plants at this point, I'm pretty sure, to be honest, but also I'm bad at counting. All right, this is my sport variegated monstera. I had a second one of these, but I sold it. This one didn't sell for some reason, which is weird because it has so many little like spots on here that are like sectorally variegated. So I'm really surprised. Like, I think this is the biggest spot right there. Yeah, you can see it. I don't know, it's really continuous through all the leaves that it's here. It's just kind of like more of a texture variegation. Like you can see all the weird texture on it. I don't know, it's weird. My monstera, he lives in the greenhouse. Then we have my Anthurium regale. This is the newest leaf. The other leaf honestly didn't make it. And then we also have my monstera species, which I thought was acuminata, but it has been told to me that that is not what that is. So if you know what monstera species this is, let me know, but it is not Adansonii or Leonata or any of those other weird Adansonii species. It's not an Adansonii. So if you know what that is, let me know. If not, I'm just gonna keep calling it Noid. All right, now we got big guy. This is my Gloriosum, my Philodendron Gloriosum. She's very large, and this is the new leaf, so that is going to be massive. But this guy has done so much better since I put it on the bottom shelf. Like literally it's on the floor of my greenhouse. It doesn't burn anymore, and it's just getting bigger. Like look at that difference in leaf size. That is so pretty! I feel like Caitlin from Plant Life in the Tropics, dude. She is the most beautiful Gloriosum. All right, now we have my little Philodendron gigas. It's not very gigas of you. So pretty. And then we have my Squamiferum, who is growing back in, killing it at life. This is my Philodendron mame, who is growing back in. This is my Anthurium forgetii. So pretty. And this is my pink lady peperomia. No, it is not colored to look like that. It just like genuinely looks like that. Also, there is a spider living in this pot somewhere because there's lots of little webs, and it's not spider mites. It's definitely a real spider. But look how pretty. What the heck? That's so pretty. I'm gonna have to cut off the silver ones again. This is my last Begonia Jalao. This is my last orchid. It does not have an ID. It is a Noid for me, but it is a Lepanthes for sure. And now we just have Hoya left. Oh, just kidding. We have some Begonia. Whoopsie. I think this is, yeah, okay. This is the last Begonia. This is my Begonia variabilis, which is so pretty. Wow. And then this is the last plant that's not a Hoya. This is my Pothos barbarianus. This little vine right here. He's figuring himself out. This little guy. That guy right there. Pothos barbarianus, real Pothos. What you buy at the grocery store is Epipremnum, not Pothos. I have a whole video on it. It's called Your Pothos Are Not Pothos. Plant Me Ashley, look it up. All right, it's time for all the Hoya. So this is my Hoya Finlaysonii. This new leaf is weird. I think it's just a more mature leaf since it's growing into the greenhouse. And this is my Hoya Bella Lavoie. Much smaller than the last time you saw it because I cut it for the plant sale. Then we have both my Hoya Parasitica Splashes. This one is from Brooke right here, and this one is from Ella. They're both very pretty plants. And this is my Hoya species Calamontan. I do not know what is going on here with these leaves. They are massive, and they have a very, oh, mealybugs, more. I'm gonna have to treat everything for mealybugs. There's an adult right there. That guy. Honestly, they're kind of cute. Don't at me though. Don't worry, if you bought a plant from me, it does not have mealybugs on it. All the plants I'm finding that have mealies are on my bottom shelf, and I did check everything for pests before anything went out. Yeah, part of me showing everything online is showing you guys really everything, so Maybe I'll make a ID, how to ID mealybugs or something before I kill them. Oh, the parasitica had it too. More right there. All right, here is my Hoya Macrophylla pot of gold, which also has a mealybug on it. We're gonna have to treat all these Hoya for mealies. What the heck? Where did they come from? Maybe they were eggs and they were just waiting for the opportune moment. Here is my Hoya Manipurensis. I love it. I got it from one of my members. My Hoya Sigillatus. And this is my Hoya Huschkelliana variegata. You'll notice lots of my Hoyas are small, and that's because I usually get them as teeny tiny cuttings, and then I have to grow out everything myself. I am in the market for a very large Micans, so if you have one or know someone who has one who's looking to sell or trade, please reach out to me at Instagram at PlantMeAshley and start the first, literally say the message trade request, okay? Okay, so here is my Hoya Waymani Borneos. I have 2 of them. This whole thing is Hoya Waymani Borneo right here. And then this guy right here is Hoya Waymani Borneo, but he's also in a cup with some Thomsonii, and the next Hoya Thomsonii. And then the next time that I repot plants, I will put them in the same cup. Then we have my Hoya Fitchii, which has done legitimately nothing, so I think it's time for a repot. And my Hoya Variegata, and I don't know the name of this one. It does have a special pretty name like the LaBois. It's like Annabelle or something, or Annabeth or Anime. I'm not sure. It's one of those. So this right here is my Hoya EPC 301. And this is my Hoya Lacunosa Snowcap. I did cut it back to hopefully encourage some growth. So then we have my Hoya Vitellinoides, which Brooke just sent me. And then Hoya Fuwaensis, which looks like Thomsonii, but is not Thomsonii. And we have my Hoya Velosa, which is huge and literally absorbs all light. Okay, and then we have my last couple of plants are the ones that Ella just gave me, and they do not have mealies. And this is Hoya Fuquai Lao EPC 377. Then we have Hoya Rangsan. Oh, so pretty. I love Rangsan. And these are officially the last 2 plants I'm going to show you upstairs. This is Hoya Crassiopatola Splash, which is my second favorite Hoya next to my Clemenceurium and my Wilbur Graves. And then my 4th favorite, Hoya Carnosa Stardust. Woo! I love them. Let me show you the carnage though. We got everything out over here. Those are the ones that have mealies. And then all these guys. This lad, which is okay. This lad. That lad. And that's how empty it is in there. Which it's still kind of full, honestly. Here's where those guys sit. And I actually completely forgot to tell you about these cacti, so we're gonna do that real fast. I have been letting a spider live over here, and I don't know where it is or what kind of spider it is. Also, look at my cute little pimple patches. They're little Hello Kitty. So cute. Okay, I don't know where the spider is, so we're just gonna be careful and I might throw a plant. This is my Echeveria parva, which is so pretty, oh my gosh. She has done nothing but just make me happy. Then we have my little round dude. I can't remember what this one's called right now. This is a cactus I have that I love, but I think I might get rid of it because I think something's living in it. Oh, the spider web is so bad. I'm so scared. So this is an old school Brooke Seedle pot right here. This cactus does go all the way to the bottom of this pot, but this, oh, he needs water. Okay, I'll give you some water, guy. This is how you know when your cactus needs water. See that? It's pruning. And then those browner spots are sunburn from it just being in the window. But yeah, this is my Lophoceras Shodii. It's gotten much bigger since I first got it. Then right here we have my Hyloceras Azuris, I think. You can see all of this is new growth. Okay, I see no spider, but you see all that spider web on it? Maybe you can't, but this is Euphorbia obesa. It is super sun-stressed. It's normally like a green plant. It actually looks like it might be flowering, which is super fun. Okay, I don't see a spider, but this is my Euphorbia horta. yeah, and that's all the plants I have upstairs. All right, we're downstairs. Let's wrap up this tour. I know it's been going on forever. Sorry the lighting down here is so bad. Won't be like that at the new place. So a lot of the common plants I actually sold, but some of the ones I kept were this curly spider plant. I could never say goodbye to this guy. This is my mounted staghorn fern. She is very large around the base. Then I kept this black pagoda lipstick plant because I've been searching for one for so long. I didn't want to like get rid of this one. This is the string of hearts that I decided to keep. I sold my other ones, the super long ones that I had. And my goal is to grow this one a lot more evenly on a curtain rod in our living room in the new place. And one of the other plants I kept was this really pretty black anthurium. I think it's called Anthurium Black Magic. The new leaves come in super dark. This is Christopher's aluminum plant. It's been actually doing pretty good. Yeah, he's a little crispy. Here is my absolutely massive Begonia Maculata Whitey Eye. I've had this plant for a long time, and he definitely does best when I just like don't intervene, so I don't. Then we have my other Bantel Sensation. If you remember, I had two at the very beginning of this video, and this is the one that I've had for a long time. It is very large. I believe it is larger than both of the other ones I was showing you, and it's so pretty. This is the one that they gifted me at the greenhouse. Then we have this Peperomia Frost, which really needs water. You can see right there, it's all super sad. This looked literally beautiful yesterday. Christopher got this for me last Thanksgiving. I have never kept a Peperomia alive for this long. That was common and easily replaceable, but I was like, no, Chris got this for me, I'm gonna actually try. So then we have this really beautiful Phalaenopsis. This is Phalaenopsis Shoe Long Beauty, which this tag keeps freaking breaking, dude, but it'll be the second time I've gotten it to flower, and this is one of the Phalaenopsis I have that like you can't just find at a local grocery store, but I did find at one of my local plant shops. Then I have this massive Phalaenopsis. This one's a little bit more weird. It's kind of like more narrow than the other one. Then we have this beautiful guy, which I did just pull off of the plants that he was growing on. This is my Passiflora biflora, I think, or Elephantipes or something, I don't know. It's really beautiful though. And Passifloras are the passion flower, so I'm sure if you live in California or Oregon, you've seen them grow around. But he's getting really long. I got him at the Potted Elephant, and he's so beautiful. Then we have my Hoya Chelsea, who is very long. I actually cut this guy not too long ago, but he is growing very fast. Then we have my Scindapsus Pictus Exotica, which has been doing so good since I have been making sure to keep it extra watered lately. Again, I know the lighting in here is so bad, but like you can see how big he is. We're doing a good job. He's getting a little leggy, so I might give him a little cut here soon, but he's definitely doing really good, and I'm so excited. I got this from Jay's greenhouse. Then we have my Pothos, which was actually sent to me by one of my members. She is thirsty, so I will make sure to water this plant as soon as I'm done filming. Then we have my normal Burley Marks. Pretty cute. Pretty long. He's pretty reaching right now, actually. And then we have the biggest plant that I have downstairs, which I haven't updated you on in a long time. This is my Narrow-form Adansonii. He is trying to climb, but he's not being the most successful at it. He's actually massive. I bought this for $15 or $30 or something like that at a florist. And he's literally so huge. I'm gonna have to turn up the brightness so you guys can like see better for the spot, but it's definitely the biggest plant I have out of like all of my plants. It's huge. Literally so worth the purchase. Like some of these vines are so big, I can't even like get it all. Can't even get it all in, but yeah. And that's it. That is my entire houseplant collection as of moving. We got some pretty cool plant friends in here, I think. But yeah, that's where I'm actually gonna have to end this video. I have a meeting with my Discord moderators, so I'm gonna have to go, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure you hit like, subscribe, and tweet me at PlayMeAshley. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at PlayMeAshley. We also have a subreddit called r/plantmememes. And if you go there and post a photo of your plant room, I will rate it in a future upcoming video. So go follow that subreddit and then post a photo of your plant room and I will totally rate it. But yeah, our Discord is only $5 a month and you get access to an entire community of over 200 houseplant parents from all over the world. It is an amazing time and I work really hard on the Discord, so come check it out. I think it's fun. But other than that, I will have to see you guys in the next houseplant section or my new house. What was I gonna say? Oh, let's get to the end of the video, fun stuff. I'm gonna put this away. Hello and welcome to the end of the video, fun stuff. If you've made it this far, I think you'll be happy to know that if you counted right, you'd have counted 212 plants. I actually forgot to show you my Ficus villosa as well as my Philodendron glorious. Thank you, Brooke. So I actually have 214 plants, which is wild because I sold over 115 plants, which means that I had over 200 plants more than I actually thought that I did, because this whole time I thought I only had like 150 or something like that. So I was really far off. But yes, 214 plants is where we are currently sitting before moving, which is pretty cool. It's a lot more than I thought I had. I genuinely thought I had like 70 plants left after both of those massive moving sales. Let's get into the rest of the end of the video, fun stuff. This person has a really funny name, but I'm just going to say it because it is what I do. Welcome to the YouTube channel membership club, Butthole, Planty, Marcy S, Laura E, and Victoria Fox. Thank you so much for the extra channel support to Botanicas, All the Green Places, Carissa Lawrence, Houseplant Heather, Cole M, Ashley's Planties, Kim Klanowski, and Liliana Ramos. Our extra comment shout out goes to Laura E, who says, yes, I always love the Planty. Also, I've been subscribed to your channel for a few months, but I've decided to become a channel member and I'm literally clicking join from this video. So excited to join the Discord. Laura, we are so excited to have you. Welcome to the Discord, and I hope that any of you guys choose to join the YouTube channel memberships as well. We have 210 channel members. It's like more of you guys are just joining every single day. It is so fun. Welcome to the Discord, and thank you guys so much for watching, liking, subscribing, maybe joining, and I'll see you guys in the next houseplant section. Goodbye.